This is the XT Starship, and I've dug up all the pieces to reconstruct this classic LEGO set that's been in storage for almost 40 years. I'm Scott, and welcome back to my brick loft. Today, we're going to reconstruct this classic set, talk about what makes this set awesome and absurd, and show it off in a final showcase. This one is special because it's just one out of very few sets in the Light and Sound System series. And it's all because of this little battery pack here. All right, sit back and get ready to rediscover the XT Starship. Set 6780, the XT Starship, was released in 1986, came with 201 pieces and one minifig, and retailed for about $29.99. So, the real question is, what did about $30 get you back in 1986, and was it worth it? So I think you can say the short answer is yes, especially with this Light and Sound system. Again, this is another classic set that follows the same dart-like construction like the Gamma 5 Lasercraft and the XT Starship. Very angular, with segmented construction. You have the typical front pod and the remaining rear. The same radar on the front, the same wings in the back, and the same large engine on the top of the last wing. But the main distinguishing feature for this one is the Light and Sound system, powered by a 9-volt battery. And the way that this worked was pretty genius. The battery pack, lights, sound piece, and supporting pieces all had metal contacts underneath and within the studs themselves. So when all of these were connected and the power lever was pushed, all the lights and sound went on. But the cool features didn't stop there. If the lights were positioned one way, they would be a steady burn. Flip it around, and then they would blink in an alternating pattern. The sound piece is cool too because in one position you get one sound. Rotate that top 180 degrees and you get a totally different second sound. In that 90 and 270 degree position, the sound would turn off. So you could have the lights on the ship while staying silent. Finally, as if that wasn't enough customization, the battery pack power button was spring-loaded with a locking feature. So you could either get off short bursts of light and sound, or let it go for a constant sound and light without having to hold the power button down. Now the battery pack does take up the majority of the back and add some significant weight, but it didn't really affect the playability of the set. I had to have this as a kid because who didn't want a set that had lights and sound? As if the sounds you made playing with the set as a kid weren't enough. There really isn't anything that sticks out as too absurd about this set. I mean, compared to all the other classic sets that were very similar to this set still was pretty similar to those. So you had that same dart-like construction. I'd say the only thing were the rear wings. They didn't really have any wings. They were rear stanchions. But I guess with all the rockets on it, who needs wings, right? All right, we've talked enough about how cool this set is. So let's see it and hear it in the final showcase.
The XT Starship. From LEGO comes this powerhouse. The ship tips the scales at 270 grams with battery installed. But don't let the weight fool you, as 13 rockets generate enough brute force to catapult this ship through space. Powering everything is a 9-volt system that runs 3 light elements and a sound brick capable of pumping out 80 decibels of pure chaos. Think of a half dozen screaming cats. Ships won't go unnoticed around XT, as 2 radar dishes are located on the tip of the vertical stanchions and another one on the nose of the craft. The XT doesn't tread lightly either. 2 large wingtip lasers and 2 smaller lasers on both port and starboard sides of the cockpit are enough to send any would-be threat running. Stowed away in the midship is a small personal hovercraft, perfect for small expeditions around the ship. The XT Starship is big, loud, and unapologetically over the top. The perfect addition for those who aren't afraid to blast their way through space fully noticed.
I hope you enjoyed today's rebuild of the XT Starship. Hit me up in the comments, tell me what you thought was cool or absurd. And be sure to check out the other videos in the series, and I'll see you shortly.